Are you ready to hear the nonstop riot act I have to say about all the problems the government has caused? The riot act, that's where you describe every nuance of every problem that you can think of. And if I were to go on a list, I'd just be sounding like a crazy man on a tangent of every single problem the government has created. But I will list the top most concerning issues that I believe we could lead with to organize conservatives nationwide and common sense independents and the liberals that actually agree with us on pretty much everything, that we can get them in on our side on at least these specific topics. I think we have a winning clause. Now, there's an organization known as the 10th Amendment Center. They've drafted numerous pieces of legislation to resist against all kinds of unconstitutional actions passed under the many years under Biden and Obama and Clinton and going back and even Bush, against the Patriot Act and so forth, how in the states' rights, we can nullify these federal laws that still exist today. And I believe that's a good place to start. They, unlike my organization I'm creating with folks like you who witness what I'm doing here, rely on politicians to get things done. When in reality, we should just be the ones active in taking foot in our communities and walking around asking people for signatures. That's all that needs to be done. We need a critical mass. It needs to be equivalent of about 5% of the population or 10% in Arizona. And then we can get anything on the ballot that we want. And it's so easy to create and draft ballot measures now. I can help you with that. I can file them, get them passed by the Legislative Review Board, and we have a campaign ready to go. If in Arizona with $250,000 limit, 250,000 signature limit for a statute, we could easily get 250 people to collect 1,000 signatures within a year if we had individuals with the grit, the determination to follow through and actually do the job, because most people have failed to recognize how simple it could be. And I think that when we understand how simple it actually is, people are more likely to have confidence to expend that energy. What we don't like is when there's no transparency, there's no tracking, and we're just spinning our wheels hoping something gets on the ballot. And we're like, turns out we're the only ones doing it. And we fail. We don't get enough signatures. Volunteers burn out. We hate that. We feel so exhausted. So I'm creating a solution that does not rely on that end result. We're working on creating permanent ballot access. We're uniting around the investment of cryptocurrency and marketing tools and marketing purposes, getting us all involved, having an incentive to participate and share with others. So I'm going to share with you the top issues that affect us. Everything at the 10th Amendment Center is a start. I would like to say I would put one in for the Bitcoin Reserve. I would put one in to protect blockchain startups like myself. Put one in so people like us can invest overseas, so we're not blocked by the FTC and can make risky investments in new startups. It could actually be amazing, but because of their overarching bureaucracy, they don't have time to just protect us if it's a fraud either. They just don't want us to help at all and invest in ourselves at all. So we can do something about that. We have all kinds of benefits we can create, like tax-free legal tender, make it on the same par as gold and silver. Why not? I believe we need to take action on the issues concerning us with police violence. We need to absolutely protect homeowners' rights. We need to protect our water and our fresh water where we live. We need to get rid of the toxic pesticides in air and water. Now, Kennedy may do something about that. A lot of these problems maybe Trump will fix, but you know what? There's so many. We still can take action, and we can still be part of the community that creates a permanent citizenry, resilient to any corruption that happens, no matter what. As long as we're working to stop the abuse of power of the government, taking away our rights, or taking away transparency or freedom in any way, we are the ones who are ready to stand tall, qualify referendum and initiative for post-Trump presidencies. You know, there's no reason to believe that we could save the republic right now, but it does seem rather complacent. And I never had that feeling before. I was resilient against all the corruption of the Democrats before. And I feel like it's necessary to stay resilient even with the Trump presidency. I want to see so much good happen, but it's still up to our states, our sovereignties. Our 10th Amendment matters, and our states ultimately are our sovereign boundaries. We need to determine how our governments run, how they're taking our state taxes and using them, and fix everything here that Trump's not going to touch. So much stuff in our state level, Trump is not going to touch. We need to admit that and realize we need to get involved and do it ourselves. So there's no better way than to own Ballot AI tokens, join the Telegram community, start talking about legislation you'd like to have drafted, and then you can have one-on-one conversation with me, and we will duplicate the process, teaching you, who will teach others, who will teach others, and we'll decentralize and have a holographic model where anyone can create and recreate the same exact program with a permanent blockchain, creating solutions and strategy for this technology with the AI to be released very soon and connected with this staking platform at ballot.finance. We are so close. So we are at a point where we need funding. We absolutely need funding now. We need support. I'm going to get into the mode of fundraising, organizing, finding different methods. And you bet we have progress, and we're going to start making some great change. So I really appreciate you, and I hope you can be part of the community. Thank you. I'll talk to you soon.